Hi, today we're talking about what exactly is an uncontested divorce or a simplified divorce. Getting a divorce doesn't always have to be complicated. The process for applying for divorce in the family justice courts in Singapore can be straightforward if it is an uncontested divorce, and it only becomes complex if it is contested or challenged. An uncontested divorce or simplified divorce refers to cases in which a divorce and the terms for the divorce and ancillary matters have been agreed and consented to by the couple, meaning that it is not contested, which therefore makes it, in the process, uncontested. An uncontested divorce can take place if you and your spouse both agree on the key parts of the divorce, meaning that you agree that the marriage should end. You agree on what the basis for the divorce should be, for example, separation of 3 years. You agree on the living and care arrangements for your children, meaning custody, care and control and access. You agree on how to divide and deal with and distribute your matrimonial assets and properties. You agree on whether there will be maintenance for the wife and children and the amount of this maintenance. In many cases, a divorce can take place on an uncontested basis, such as if you and your spouse agree that the marriage has irretrievably broken down and you are both willing to dissolve the marriage. Or if you and your spouse agree on the reason for the irretrievable breakdown, such as separation after 3 years, and therefore no one is challenging the basis for the divorce. You and your spouse could also be in a position where you both understand that neither of you is at fault for the divorce and neither of you will gain any advantage by showing that the other party is to blame for the divorce. Or you and your spouse could want a quick, smooth and stress-free divorce because you feel that this will help you avoid causing more unhappiness or stress amongst your children, and it's better for their emotional well-being. Or you and your spouse may feel that it is financially unwise and imprudent to spend too much money, time, effort and resources fighting through a long trial, meaning because a contested divorce and trial tends to be expensive for everyone. Or although you and your spouse may not be able to agree on all the terms of the divorce at the start, mediation and negotiation with the assistance of the court or a court-appointed mediator could help to successfully resolve and reduce areas of dispute and disagreement and bring you and your spouse and your respective positions closer towards a compromise, and this may lead to a divorce on an uncontested basis. In contrast, a contested divorce is a divorce case that becomes prolonged and complex when you and your spouse can't agree on the key parts of the divorce, and therefore you may need to engage lawyers to represent you to negotiate or challenge each other's requests and demands in court, meaning that you can't agree on what the basis for the divorce should be. For example, you may say that the irretrievable breakdown of the marriage was caused by your spouse's adultery or unreasonable behavior, but he or she may disagree. You may agree or disagree on the living and care arrangements for the children. For example, your spouse disagrees that your view that the sole custody of the children should be something that's given to you. You can't agree on how your matrimonial assets and properties will be divided. For example, your spouse says that your matrimonial home should be sold and the proceeds should be split or distributed amongst you, but you prefer that he transfers his share of the home to you instead. Or you can't agree on whether there will be maintenance for the wife and children and the amount of the maintenance that should be paid. For example, you disagree with your spouse's view that he should not pay so much maintenance for the child or the children because he was recently retrenched from a possibly high-paying job. So there you have it, some very basic information on what exactly is an uncontested divorce or a simplified divorce. Thanks for watching.